So I thought I would start reading a little bit from chapter 3, where she talks about the members of the Sangha. And so you know, usually books on the Vinaya are only for the monastics. Venerable Wu Yin gave permission for other people to also read it. And so particularly some of these early chapters that talk about, you know, what the precepts are, what the Vinaya is, what the Sangha is, I think it can be very helpful for lay people to read these too, because it helps you understand when you engage with the monastic community what's going on. So I'll read where she talks about the members of the Sangha. Sangha is an assembly of Buddhist monastics. Within the general Sangha, 5 types of members are found: bhikshus, bhikshunis, shikshamanas, shramaneras, and shramanerikas. Sometimes 4 groups are listed: bhikshus, bhikshunis, shramaneras, and shramanerikas. Other times we speak of 2 subgroups, bhikshus and bhikshunis. The term Sangha is sometimes extended to include lay people as well, making 7 subgroups of the Sangha: bhikshus, bhikshunis, shikshamanas, shramaneras, shramanerikas, upasakas, and upasikas. Okay, so that's according to the 7 prominent pratimoksha ordinations. The various members of the Sangha have different roles, responsibilities, and stages of observation of precepts. This hierarchy is designed to help people grow and progress along the path by enabling them to practice at various levels. In that way, they train and gradually refine their mindfulness of their physical, verbal, and mental activities. It also enables them to gradually accept more responsibility. Expecting junior members to have the knowledge of Dharma and Vinaya, the skill and the level of practice of more senior members, would be unfair. Each person needs the time and opportunity to grow and learn from those who are more experienced in the Dharma. Among all these followers of the Buddha, bhikshus and bhikshunis, as the core members of the Sangha, are the most essential. The term bhikshu and bhikshuni have 3 meanings. Okay, so she's going etymological, here. So the first meaning is an alms person or a religious mendicant. Bhikshus and bhikshunis seek the Dharma from the Buddha for their spiritual development and seek alms from lay people to sustain their lives. 2 is terrifier of Mara. So Mara is the personification of all of our, mental afflictions. By practicing the Dharma, a bhikshu or bhikshuni can end the cycle of rebirth, and Mara will no longer be able to disturb him or her under any circumstances. Mara is terrified because he is losing another child. So, terrifier of Mara. Then the 3rd is foe destroyer. By observing the precepts, a bhikshu or bhikshuni will eliminate negative actions committed physically and verbally. Through continued Dharma practice, he or she will also destroy the foes of the afflictions and karma, which are the causes of cyclic existence, and will thus attain liberation. Bhikshus and bhikshunis follow the precepts in the bhikshu and bhikshuni pratimoksha respectively, and they have the same responsibilities: to lead the Sangha, to teach Buddhist followers, and to guide the junior members of the Sangha, shikshamanas, shramaneras, and shramanerikas. Mentally sound and physically healthy shramaneras and shramanerikas between the ages of 20 and 60 are the primary candidates to become bhikshus and bhikshunis. Having trained as minor members of the Sangha, they are prepared to assume the responsibilities that full ordination entails. A shikshamana is a probationary nun who, in addition to the 10 Shramanerika precepts, observes the 6 regulations. So according to the Dharmaguptaka Vinaya and the Pali Vinaya, these 6 are to avoid killing, stealing, sexual relationships, lying, taking intoxicants, and eating food at improper times. In other words, from after the afternoon. You're not allowed to eat from noon until sunrise the next day. Although the 6 regulations are similar to 6 of the 10 Shramanaraka precepts, a Shikshamana must keep them without any fault for 2 years in order to qualify to receive the Bhikshuni ordination. The primary candidates to become Shikshamanas are Shramanarakas over 18 years of age. The meaning of Shramanara and Shramanaraka, those are male and female terms, is to eliminate negativity and practice compassion. The primary candidates for those are younger than 20, those older than 60, and those whose bodies are partially impaired. The Shramanaras and Shramanarakas follow the 10 precepts to avoid killing, stealing, sexual relationships, lying, taking intoxicants, singing, dancing, and playing music, using cosmetics, ornaments, or perfumes, sitting on high or expensive beds or seats, handling precious substances or money, and eating at improper times. Okay. Shikshamanas, Shramanaras, and Shramanarakas are probationary members of the Sangha. Because they are learners, not core members, their responsibilities are different from those of the fully ordained. They serve as attendants to their teachers and help in the daily operation of the Sangha's activities. For example, by taking care of the prayer hall and classrooms. Through service and by listening to teachings, they prepare to become bhikshus and bhikshunis. The existence of the Sangha is important for the Buddhist community in general, because the Sangha is principally responsible for preserving the Dharma, so it will be sustained and endure forever. To realize this ideal, we need to establish the operation of monasteries, as well as the interpersonal relationships of its members in a constructive way. On that basis, each person's spiritual practice can advance, and the goal of liberation from suffering can be achieved. If monastic operations and Sangha relationships are not well established, or are forever being debated, much time and energy will be consumed in constant repetitive discussion. So, yeah, a lot to think about there, isn't there? And very helpful. So even in explaining the various precepts, she really takes a down-to-earth attitude. And she realizes that how things are in the West is different than how they are in Taiwan or how they were in Western cultures. So occasionally she would ask us, well, how do you think this fits in your life? Yeah. And she was quite sympathetic to the difficulties we had in not being able to keep some of the precepts as in the way that they were kept in Taiwan, simply because our living circumstances aren't the same.